I really hate muting people. I wish people could know how much anytime I mute a person, it's because for 3 minutes beforehand, I'm staring at the mute button with like veins bulging out of my forehead. My hand is like shaking as I hold the mouse. I like anytime I do it, but some people talk so incessantly, and every time they talk, it's like a fractal dipshit, like mirage, where I'm looking through a kaleidoscope, millions of fractally bad arguments expanding infinitely in all directions. So sometimes it feels necessary.
0% of you are subscribed. Fix that.
Wait, hold on. Do we have a topic you're more educated on that you want to talk about? Like white nationalism?
We can switch the topics. I'm quite glad to do that. I mean, I don't mind shifting gears if you want to just shift gears.
Okay.
We could talk about why white secession benefits everybody.
Okay, tell me what changes you would make to society.
Let's say, for instance, we take a homogeneously white state that nobody really gives a crap about, like, say, West Virginia. Say, for instance, West Virginia were to separate from the greater whole of America. Everybody from Richard Spencer to, you know, Eric Stryker, all the people that you would probably hate and their followers were to just move to some, you know, irrelevant state and just separate from America.
Then we could just
now you get rid of all the boogeyman white supremacists. The white supremacists get away from you.
Secession isn't legal. We would just invade you. A lot of you would die. We would retake the territory.
You're making an argument based on practical application. I'm talking about in theory. Would this not in theory?
So wait, let's leave America. What if you all moved to like Garbage Island or something? I'd be okay with that. You know, like the big swirling island of the plastic out in the Pacific.
West Virginia is an economic net drain on America, and I know you're a utilitarian, and they're going to have no military or significant economic or cultural power, and that's all they want. They just want to be left alone in little old West Virginia. Do you have a problem with that in theory?
Why does it have to be an American state? I'm not giving up one of the 50 states. I want 51. I want 52 states, actually.
Conducive to creating a happier environment for the average American. As far as I see it, the left hates us. They want us out of their businesses. They want us out of their political system. And if they could just somehow migrate to a state in which they could secede from, how is this a problem for you?
Just to get rid of external variables, what if the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan used their magic powers to raise an enormous island off the west coast of the United States, and you all can move there? Does that work? Can we? It's an island with infrastructure. Let's just get it out of the states.
When creating theoretical scenarios, I think it's appropriate to apply some sort of level of reasonability. It is far more realistic for, say, for instance, West Virginia to secede than magical wizards to raise islands out of the ocean.
They're both about equally likely. Okay, fine. West Virginia.
No, you don't, and that was a ridiculous statement to make.
Let's say A, secession is legal. B, West Virginia secedes and makes itself a white nationalist paradise.
Again, don't anchor me down to West Virginia. There could be a better theoretical state.
Wyoming, I don't care, just a state. Okay. And then all the people who already live there are okay with this, except for the 8% of West Virginia who are non-white. Are we killing them? What happens to them?
I would suggest for deportation. I think most would leave willingly once it was decided, hey, this is going to be a white ethnozone. I don't really think we're going to get too many Jamals or Shanikas wanting to stick around, but we would never force them out, and we would never.
Why do you have to like think off the top of your head?
That was a joke, Vaush. Come on.
What's the joke? What's the joke?
Jamal and Shaniqua.
It just sounds like the sort of thing like you're thinking off the top of your head, like what's a black name I could use? You know?
I wouldn't get all bent out of shape if you said Terry Lynn from South Dakota or so. Whatever. Like
I wouldn't say Terry Lynn from South Dakota.
It was a distasteful joke. Sorry, South Dakota, whatever. Giving white nationalists a platform and speaking to them respectfully. The very thing that you're trying to do now.
Wait. What are we talking? Wait, we're talking about. Wait, hold on. Wait, weren't we talking about a white ethnostate? What are we talking about right now? First of all, I don't think I've been polite to you. My apologies.
You took exception to me bringing up a joke, saying, "Oh, that's in bad taste, poor you, or bad you." But I've literally heard you tell Destiny you should not speak to white nationalists with respect.
No, wait, hold on. I have never. No. I think if I don't even remember what you're talking about, but I think I was saying
probably don't. But
he tends to be more. Stop. Hold on. This is so out of left field.
Stop!
I think that he was more antagonistic to like lefties he talks to than white nationalists because he gets super triggered by lefties, which is True, by the way, he does get super triggered by lefties.
Yes, that was the conversation. In that conversation,
Yeah,
you
so wait, what does that
literally
have to do
said,
with what we're
you
talking
made
about?
the point that you shouldn't speak to us with respect. We're not worthy of respect.
Sure.
So I bring this up because you're basically accusing me of being nasty, disrespectful, distasteful for making
I
a
was just
joke.
saying you were being.
Meanwhile, you say
well, hold
in
on,
very
wait. This
literal,
is so
in
out
a
of
very
left field. I was just saying I was weird
whatever,
champing
it is
you.
out of left
Okay.
field, and you shouldn't have taken the opportunity to
Are you
sidetrack
okay?
it with the whole shit.
I can tell you spend a lot of time online because the idea of somebody like looking at you funny after you make a joke that you'd see on poll sends you into like a fucking epileptic shock over here. Holy shit, you're losing it. Just move on with the white nationalist ethnostate thing. So let's say we have
I'm quite sure not anybody even in your chat would say I'm losing it, Vaush.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see based on chat reactions. So anyway, just white ethnostate. We have it now. The
Yes.
racist white people, they move over there. Okay, why do they want to be away? What's wrong?
Why would lefties not want white nationalists to separate?
Yeah, I don't think that it's moral to say a person can't live in a neighborhood or a country because of their race. But yeah, I mean, so with that being aside, I don't even know why you all would want to live there. I mean,
don't anchor me down on West Virginia.
That's why I tried to give you an island off the
that.
Pacific, because that way we wouldn't have to initially concede some secessionary argument from the U.S.
Well, I mean, if it's something that is established, we're not going to just be, cavemen for a few
what if it's Atlantis?
For a few decades or something.
What if you
like
raise
that? Like,
Atlantis? It has advanced Atlantean infrastructure that you can live on.
Come on, Vaush.
What? We're already in fantasy land.
can't...
I'm just trying to leave out the secessionary argument because we're not giving you West Virginia or any other state. I am still curious why you'd want to move there at all.
In X amount of years, whites are going to go extinct. Right now, I'm subverting your expectations that I'm going to be this black and white Nazi that just says everything that you've already heard before.
Wait,
that
so
is
you
my
don't,
definition
so you
of how
don't
something
have,
is real in
this,
science.
So you're not talking
like,
about like a
scientists look at things. It's like, okay,
wait,
if we can
hold on.
make
I just need to mute you. I'm sorry. So I'll wait for you to finish and then I'll continue. Okay. All right. We good? Wait, are we good? Wait, please tell me we're good. Are we good? Tell me we're good. Brother.
Can I talk?
Well, no,
okay,
wait, I need to talk because you're every time you
I'm
talk, you run off in a mile, man. And you like it's the wildest shit.
It's a good look on you, man.
So I'm just trying because otherwise we'll be here for hours. There were two other topics that you mentioned the email, and I don't even know what we were talking about. I don't even know if we're still talking about the white nationalism thing, or are we? Help me out. Are we on the white nationalism thing?
Kind of, sort of.
So your argument for white nationalism is that you think we should let you go because you all suck. So like it's to our benefit that you go.
That is actually a part of the argument, yes.
So the property within West Virginia is government property. The people within West Virginia are American citizens. So you're not getting to take those. We're not getting the land either. All of this is based on a series of preconceptions that I wouldn't necessarily agree to. But if you could convince me as the poobah of America...
If the government could look at a state and say it's a net drain, we're literally paying for this state to keep it afloat, and they want to leave, and they want to take the white nationalists with them.
The only argument that you could make in that case would be one where I believe that secession for that state would not only be more democratically representative for the people who live there, but it would also free them from oppression. But given the fact that the people in the fine state of West Virginia and white people at large are not facing any oppression they're trying to escape from, I wouldn't lend any credence to that argument.
Well, I would say that we shouldn't be the dictator of who is oppressed. If a group of people are saying we're oppressed, we're not seeking vengeance, we want separation, I find it very hard to believe that they would just be making this up.
No,
I would like to believe
having met white people, yeah, they make up the oppression all
yeah.
the time. Yeah, having met white people, trust me.
I've looked at the Canadian landscape, and I believe Prince Edward Island is the best place that we need to move to secede.
My argument is that ethnostates are immoral. You keep like this has nothing to do with.
No, what I'm trying to argue here is that
what point
the democratic will of a state should matter. It's not the Trump winning argument. It's not the only thing that I have. But
not
it
for
is an argument.
ethnostates.
It's like when a lawyer provides historical precedence for his case. Vaush,
not for ethnostates. That's what it's
like. That's exactly what it's like.
Not for ethnostates.
This is a very close
you
thing,
can't democrat your way into an ethnostate.
They often will.
He's actually not going to answer, is he?
Perfect, dude.
Wait, I need you to actually address. Hold on.
But you're
my concern is that ethnostates are immoral. Now we can talk about that, but you keep going off on these insane tangents about, well, what about Quebec? That's kind of an ethnostate. Well, there are countries that have democratically decided to secede. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
If I just made that point, you said, okay, that's an interesting case, but that doesn't mean that ethnostates are morally sound.
I said that. Do you listen to what I'm saying? I said that multiple times.
But that isn't the only. You kept going on about how my point serves no place within the conversation. So, and that is the part that we are currently bickering about, Vaush, which I don't even know if you understand that that's what we're doing.
Do you want to discuss why I think ethnostates are just immoral, regardless of whether or not there are precedents for them or they're arrived at democratically?
Sure, yeah, why not?
I don't know why the fuck we're talking about Quebec. Okay, why should you have...
See, you throw that little comment, I don't know why we're talking about Quebec. Do I have to explain to you again why we're talking about Quebec? Do I?
Do you what?
Do I need to explain to you one more time why I brought up Quebec?
No, you don't. You don't. I'm sorry, sir. Okay, don't remind me, okay? Please,
continue.
Please.
No, I'll mute myself and you can continue.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Ethnostates are bad. That's my argument. Continue.
Really? That's your argument? Ethnostates are bad.
We can talk. I mean, do you want to defeat her to that? We can talk about the specifics on that if you want. But yeah,
okay,
I think
I'll
that it's
explain
wrong.
To you why ethnostates are good. What if I said that it's a natural human inclination based on survival mechanisms?
Okay, so that was a lot of buzzwords that was a lot of buzzwords for an argument I've heard many times, which is because tribalism exists, therefore racism.
Yeah,
is
you're
natural.
Bringing up these like elementary points, which like
because you think that tribalism exists, therefore racism is natural. So racism is not natural. That's my counter argument. I can demonstrate it too. People are more racist the less they interact with other racial groups. People in the inner city, people who live in Seattle, LA, New York, less racist by far than people who live out in white homogenous areas that never come into contact with minorities. Racism is a product of ignorance, my friend. And if you expose people to other kinds of people, everyone realizes, hey, we're all people.
I never even used the word tribalism, but I could see how you would just kind of make that connection. I
love you. I hope you know that. You know that, right?
Well, you say that to all of your Nazi guests, and you also call them my white brother, trying to get some sort of connection in with them.
Well, what I'm mostly doing is making fun of them.
Very wise, and you seem very sincere in that. There's been a couple times where you do these kind of things that I've noticed. But anyways,
it's a rhetorical strategy. I'm trying to remind you.
You're asking me why is ethnostates? Why do I think ethnostates are good for white people?
We can't keep doing. We can't keep meeting like this. We can't keep doing this.
Take it whatever direction you want, man. I'm free at this point. Like I'm not tied to any avenue. Take me down
it's just
whichever
this
road
conversation
you want,
is agonizing. Do you feel the agony? Do you feel the pain? Is it just me? Am I getting old? How old are you? What points did you think you got me on? Was it when I acknowledged that black people have darker skin than white people sometimes, or?
Well, no. See, again, that's another thing. You'll just point to that the most simplest, frivolous aspect of race realism, and say, oh, what? Just because we have different levels of melanin and whatever. That
I just don't believe that you can find any inherent differences between the different racial groups that extend beyond the obvious phenotypical skin color, nose shape, eyelids, that kind of stuff. Like very obvious.
Different dogs we know have different levels of intelligence.
Dogs
Jack Russells are smarter.
Let me
Vaush, you said whatever about the interrupting,
but you're saying
right?
a dumb thing again. Dogs were bred to have different levels of intelligence.
You are not the dictator of that. If you had a moderator, maybe they could, but you don't.
Wait,
so you
I'm
don't
the one
get
streaming. I kind of am the dictator of that, though. But like again, you're doing it again.
On your stream literally suggest you need a moderator, and that will help you out with this. So you don't get to just say what you're saying is dumb. Shut up.
The dog breeds you're talking about were literally bred to be different levels of intelligence.
And you can make this point when I'm finished making mine.
But then it goes on forever.
Immature,
no, this is what it's forever. And now
you interrupting makes it go on forever, Vaush.
You'll say a dumb thing, and then I have to respond to that, and then we argue about that for 30 minutes. But then you say another dumb thing. That's what a lot of your channel is when you debate other people. I mean, look at every single one of your debates with the white nationalists. It's all titled like crazy guy, stupid dude, whatever. You want that to happen. So you're being totally disingenuous right now. No, that's not true. I like the argument.
acting like an
arguments.
idiot, that would only benefit you anyways.
No,
Vaush.
I like
So
I like the
the only
arguments.
reason for you ever to want to dominate or pivot or anything is because you don't like where it is right now. It's the only logical
So
conclusion.
wait, can you
I'll
not
sit there
use
and let-
dogs as an
I watch you
example?
debate
I think it's
fools, and you'll
disanal.
just laugh at the camera and you'll do these little things because you know you've already won the debate.
I
You
think
look
I'm about
great.
to use another nasty debate trick, by the way. Can you guess which one I'm about to use?
The hang up on the guy you're